Alright everyone, hello, welcome back to more Malice Reacts. We're going to continue the Ouija board special from the Paranormal Files. It is early in the morning. My body has decided it doesn't want food this morning, but does want black tea. Just in case you hear me slurping. Tasty. ASMR. But yes, let's continue where we left off yesterday, and yesterday was a far superior day. The day before yesterday was just god-awful. I'm not even going to go into details, just say I effed up big time while at work, and I feel I've at least tried to make amends yesterday, and hopefully the next couple days or so I can continue to do so. Also, just a moment. Sorry about that. I had a sneeze attack. And in case you haven't also noticed, a new microphone. It came in the mail yesterday. The previous one was had like a second bout of not only making the static, but it did it twice in the same day. So I'm like, it's getting worse. It's officially getting worse, and it's gonna break someday. And I don't know what to do when it does. So we're getting a microphone. So I got a new microphone, and it even comes with a nice little foam thingy that I bought extra to put on top of it to help dampen the background noise. And as far as I can tell, it's probably the clearest my voice has ever been. As long as I have it in the right position, because if I go a little too far on one side or too far on the other side, you can barely hear me. So that being said, let us continue, and I can blow my nose while it gets back to where we started from. So this was just after they had finished talking about the fact that a lot of libraries are tossing out like the only copies of certain things, and they're trying to stop them from collecting them. Continue.
In this case here, again, another sort of mishmash, but we have here 3 extraordinarily rare items. I think we've got about 13 existing, and I own 4 or 5 of the known survivors. These are Hudson Tuttle psychographs. Hudson Tuttle was a famous spiritualist out of Berlin Heights, Ohio. He was a horse breeder and an early proponent of evolutionary theory that Darwin actually quotes in some of his work. And he's just this quaint, curious fellow that produced what he called his psychograph or dial planchette. And so this is one of the few surviving Tuttle psychographs. And it's much like a Ouija board. It predates the Ouija board by probably 10 years or so. These first start showing up in the 1880s, but it's all one piece. There's no planchette. It just has a rotating dial, little ball bearing powered rotating dial, and it would spell out messages. Just get wet for a second.
Oh lordy, he has a shack full of stuff. All right.
Oh my god.
Holy smokes.
This is the collection.
I love the smell in here.
Yeah. What does it smell like? I can't smell it anymore.
It's like
old. We'll kind of start over in that corner, and yeah, we'll
that old, friendly, musky
Thank
smell.
you so much for doing this, by the way. This is like so cool to see.
My name is Brandon Hodge. I'm sitting in the middle of my mysterious planchette archive, named after my website, mysteriosplanchette.com, which promotes my research and history into these fascinating devices, predominantly the automatic writing planchette, but also talking boards and other spirit communication apparatus. I'm also a director for the Talking Board Historical Society, where I serve as the official historian, and I'm a preservationist and board member of the International Association for the Preservation of Spiritualist and Occult Periodicals. So I mentioned how 1853 is really a banner year in spirit communication devices. By 1853, we're about 5 years into spiritualism from its birth with the Fox sisters. And you can see in the literature that it really begins, rapping mediumship in particular really starts to take its toll on seance sitters. Imagine your mode of communication is either rap once for yes or twice for no, or alphabet calling, where you call out the alphabet one letter at a time.
Give yourself an actual message instead of just yes or no questions.
H I J K L M N. Okay, write down N. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I? Okay, write down I. I mean, that's literally how you're communicating. But at the same time, you have people publishing entire novels of work that they claim that they are receiving from the spirits through this. But you have skeptics, my favorite probably being Reverend Mattinson, who comes out with a book in, I believe, 1854, that seeks to debunk spiritualism by he and his friend doing very simple timed experiments where they spell out known messages to one another through spirit rapping, and they find out you can only produce about 240 characters an hour. That's less than 2 tweets in 1 hour. And so he used that to basically go, hey, we knew what we were spelling out. We did it as fast as we could, and there's no way you're producing entire novels worth of this stuff.
No.
And so, but you can see it even among believers that it's wearing down on them. It's becoming tedious. And so there are methods created to expedite spirit communication. And the first of them is probably going to be Adolphus Wagner. Wagner is in Berlin. He's a music conductor, not the famous music composer, but he's a conductor, and he produces what we call Wagner's psychograph, and it is a weird crisscrossed mechanism. It's a psychograph, or a pantograph is a writing duplication machine. It has these crisscrossed arms, and you might have had one as a kid. You kind of draw on something, and there's these crisscross arms that move, and then they duplicate the writing, either larger or smaller depending on how it's set. And he modified one of these items into, essentially it has these plates on top of it. Everyone would place their hands on it, and it would move like we're used to the movements of the Ouija board. In this age, you also have the popularity of table tipping. And a table tipping seance just involves putting your hands on the kitchen table. No one knows where this concept was really invented or discovered, but through the power of the subconscious mind, if you're a skeptic, or the power of the spirits, if you're a believer, placing your hands upon the table, you and a group of people would eventually lead to mysterious movements. And you could ask the table questions, yes or no, do, 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 or spell out the alphabet with it, and it would rap the different messages. And so that was a popular form of sort of do-it-yourself mediumship that is going to really come to the fore about 1852, 1853. By 1853, news of this has crossed over into Europe and becomes extraordinarily, huge parlor fad. Just one of these things, everybody's doing it. So I have this massive collection of illustrations from that era. It's really the first great craze of the sort of do-it-yourself, hands-on mediumship for the home. But even then, the table rapping out communications is tedious. So you have the inventors like Wagner. Some inventors take advantage of the actual table movements. You have, here in America, you have Isaac Pease. He creates what he calls his spiritual telegraph dial. It's a little tabletop device. It's like a little angled cigar box with a dial on it, kind of like the Tuttle psychograph. Which, here's another one. Here. And I love this one. It's got this cool leatherette. But if you can imagine this on a little angled box, right? And a cord tied to it. And then you would throw this weight, or a pulley with a weight maybe to a nearby chair, and as the table tipped back and forth, this thing would move and spell out communications. And so another alphabetic spelling apparatus. Wagner in Berlin has competition from this guy named Daniel Ornug, who creates another tabletop device that takes advantage of the tipping table to spell out messages. And this is going to be sort of an expedited means of spirit communication. You also, in these years, have other skeptics, my favorite being Dr. Robert Hare. Dr. Hare is one of America's preeminent scientists. He's sort of a pop culture guy in the way that Stephen Hawking or Neil deGrasse Tyson is. He's just one of these very well-known public scientists. He has the chair at the University of Philadelphia, or is the University of Pennsylvania in Philadelphia. And he's a chemist in an age where chemistry is king before physics sort of takes over. And he retires his chair and decides that he is going to debunk spiritualism. He's going to use his scientific acumen and theories to essentially debunk spiritualism. First, he creates a series of tables that roll in weird ways to try to debunk table tipping, to show that it's the user's own muscular power unconsciously used that's driving the table. And then he creates a series of traveling devices that he calls his spiritoscopes. And his spiritoscopes, again, are these tabletop devices, these alphabetic spelling devices. And one has survived to the modern day.
Oh.
It is the oldest spirit communication device known to have survived by 15 years or so, predating anything in any other collection, museum or otherwise. And it's right there. The illustration that you see framed below is actually from Dr. Robert Hare's book, Spiritualism Scientifically Demonstrated, because, note that title,
Dang.
Spiritualism Scientifically Demonstrated, not debunked. Because through the use of that device in the hands of some very prominent mediums, he becomes convinced that the communications he's receiving are legitimate. And he comes out on the side in favor of spiritualism.
Oh.
And he goes public with it. And this is the equivalent of Neil deGrasse Tyson going on Cosmos and saying, well, we've been doing a lot of math and we've got these, equations about the half-life of carbon. And hey, it turns out that, we can actually prove heaven exists, God is real, and he's speaking to us. And, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's one of Robert
That's
Hare's
wild. He
stereoscopes
made
there.
something that he
Gave an
wanted to test
illustration
people
for
with,
his
and
book.
he's
It's
like, oh
framed below.
shit.
Quick question before you
All
get back
right.
into it. Do you actually use any of these Ouija boards ever?
I don't. I have had a Ouija experience. I talked about the obelisk in the middle of it, but I have had a convincing Ouija experience. Just received hours of communications with multiple users in the Tilly house in Gettysburg. It's really the only time I've used it effectively. I've used it a few times here and there, but not a believer. I'm a skeptic at heart, but I'm not a hard skeptic. Not an aggressive skeptic. I want to believe, and if all this turned out to have something other to it that wasn't explainable by science, I'd be totally cool with that. But I don't spend a lot of time. It's the history and the research of it that's
It's
really
not
gets
his
me. I don't
focus.
spend a lot of time
His
worrying.
focus is on the history of the stuff and
What happened
preserving
in
it.
Gettysburg? Can you kind of...
It was just we were in Gettysburg. We were at the Tilly house, which is sort of famously haunted. It was used as a battlefield triage after the Battle of Gettysburg. And it is a bed and breakfast now, but sort of famously haunted. It was a boarding house at the time, if I remember correctly. But it's said to, have all sorts of activity there. And so I was lecturing at a paranormal conference there. And as part of my hosting duties, I guess being a guest, I was expected to be sort of a, pseudo-celebrity host at one of these things. So myself and Robert Murch, talking board collector, Jeff Belanger, we all packed up and went. And Bob and I, again, not normally being in the paranormal field with all this other modern equipment, decided we'd just bring along a talking board. And we tossed it on the table downstairs and invited people to start using it. And we received about 4 hours worth of communications. I mean, it was everyone taking turns, trusted people, no shenanigans. Very light touches on the planchette, and that thing was just gliding all over the board. And I remember, memory serves, we were talking to someone who claimed to be a nurse there that tended to the soldiers. She had died 3 years later, I believe in 1868. Her husband, she said that her husband was there. She named other entities in the room. Others didn't want to be named. I remember there was some black, dark shadow entity that she discussed that didn't want to take part in the proceedings, and a lot of biographical information and stuff, which I remember we recorded, not someone who was going to research, see if there was anything to it.
And then you use the Ovilus.
Well, I didn't use it. There was an experience there where we were using it. We heard a sort of a boom and a crash, a few, somewhere outside, and we hear a man yelling, and a few minutes later, the police lights started lighting up the front room and everything as the EMS showed up, and one of the paranormalists come down the stairs, and they have one of the Ovilus little voice word bank boxes, and it was so bizarre because it was saying stairs, glass, hurt, help, glass, stairs. What is that? And we go out and we find out from the officers outside that an elderly man had taken a tumble down the stairs and had shoved his body through a plate glass window and was bleeding all over the place, and thus they had been called. And so that was pretty freaky to witness, because there's just this random word bank.
That's gonna make some sort of
manipulate
interesting headspace for you there.
And all these keywords to that incident were popping up. So it was something to that, right?
Something was aware this old man was going to tell a tumble and needed help.
But, I witnessed it. It was legit.
Right.
Don't have any explanation for that one.
It's interesting.
So in 1853, you have the Wagner psychograph, the Ornoga manulector, the Isaac Pease telegraph dial here in the States. And in Paris, you have the automatic writing planchette. Like the other devices, the automatic writing planchette is suggested by the spirits to a chamber, a seance circle in Paris. And it was on June 10th, 1853, and essentially they are doing table tipping seances, and they're experiencing the table. At one point, they actually try to tie a pencil to a table leg, probably a little, something like this, one of these little Empire three-legged things. And they're trying to get it to write out messages, and the spirits actually suggest to them through table tipping, go to the next room, fetch a basket from the mantle, bring it back in here, attach a pencil to it, place your hands on the basket, and we will write for you. And so they do this, and at that moment, the automatic writing planchette is essentially born. Within just a few months, we have evidence they are being produced by cabinet makers in Paris. So by 1854, we have our first early advertisements for essentially a cottage industry for what will evolve into a wooden board. And so planchette means little plank, or little piece of wood, and that's essentially what it is. The planchette is a two-wheeled device. It usually has two rear casters, a thin board of wood, either heart or shield shaped, and then its third leg, as it were, would be a pencil. So a pencil would go through. This one is missing its pencil aperture, but a pencil would go through here. You'd balance it out. Everyone places their hands on the device
and starts to write things.
Grab a better prop, so. There you go, Banks Williams. Sorry, I'm just going to destroy your editing continuity.
No, let's destroy away.
Here's a shield-shaped American device. This is the William Burgum planchette. We know its previous owner because his name is stamped on it. This is a Bangs Williams insulated planchette from the 1850s, and I'm sorry, from the 1860s. And again, two wheels to allow movement and roll around the table, and a pencil is the third wheel. So the item would be placed on a piece of butcher paper, foolscap paper, and then everyone would place their hands on it, and it would begin to move around and produce automatic writing script. And so the planchette is born. It remains a local phenomenon in Paris for several years. In 1858, 1859, two Americans, Dr. H.F. Gardner and famous politician Robert Dale Owen. Robert Dale Owen has been serving as a sort of an ambassador in Italy. He's relieved of that post. He's returning to America. He takes a tour with his friend Dr. Gardner. They travel through Italy. They travel to France to witness the tomb writings of Baron Goldenstub, who was essentially putting paper and pen on tombs, leaving and then coming back, and there would be spirit writing on them. And while there, they witness automatic writing planchette seances, and they acquire 6 devices and bring them first to London and then into America. And by 1860, the first American automatic writing planchettes are being produced in Boston, where they landed. They gave a copy to a Boston bookseller. Evidence seems to suggest it was probably J.W. Cottrell, and he produces what is called his Boston planchette.
The Boston planchette. Okay.
Over here. And the Boston planchette. What's curious about it is the label. This label has been partially cut off. You can just make out it says from the original pattern, first manufactured in 1860, and so J.W. Cottrell here. So this is what we believe to be one of the earliest Boston planchette designs. There are a few. There's one more traditionally heart-shaped. All we know is that this Boston bookseller produced 60 items. I'm sorry, he produced about 50 of them in 1860, and then put them for sale at his Boston bookstore, and they languished. They just didn't sell.
Oh.
And they sat there for many years until he got a little help from the press. And I actually just happens to be handy, because I just finally acquired a copy of it after a search of many years. He gets a little help from the press in an article called Planchette in the Once a Week edition, the October 26, 1867 edition of Once a Week. This is a British publication. And this, you can see there's multiple pages there. It tells a very sensational story of an American tourist in Scotland with some British friends who bring along a planchette, which was being manufactured in the UK by that time, particularly by Thomas Welton. And it's a sensational story of the crazy communications they received through the planchette. It includes some illustrations. The earliest known illustration of a planchette is literally right there on that piece of paper. And how to make one, and the planchette in use. And this article gets printed and reprinted over and over and over. It goes viral, essentially. It's reprinted here in the States. And the article is so good at sensationalizing the planchette that it's reprinted well up into the 1920s and put in planchette boxes. And so
I think he's getting reprinted for like 40
as a
years.
result
Holy
of this
smokes.
late 1867 article,
I hope the guy who
by early
wrote it got
1868,
good
it had
freaking
spread
tuppence
and
out
been
of that
reprinted.
thing. Dang.
And by the holiday season 1868, the planchette has become the must-have gift item of the season. It's on everyone's lips. It's in every, station or worth their salt anywhere in the U.S.
longer
They
than
just
40 years. Holy
proliferate in the
smokes.
newspapers. The planchette goes viral. It becomes the yo-yo. It becomes the hula hoop. It becomes the Cabbage Patch doll, the Furby of the year. And so
Hell yeah.
booksellers race now to produce these arcane occult devices in really what will be sort of the second great craze of spirit community, sort of do-it-yourself mediumship, the first being table tipping 15 years previously. And so Cottrell and others are armed and ready to begin producing these devices. And most of the spread here includes devices from that initial explosion. So you've got J.W. Cottrell, of course, several specimens of Cottrell's Boston planchette and assorted variations. You've got J.W. Pitcher, which produces a few really strange items, strangely shaped items, as well as a clone of what I call a Kirby clone. And because this one takes the same shape as a Kirby and Company planchette, which is right here, the first one I had. Kirby and Company really are going to be sort of the undisputed kings of the planchette. They were a New York bookseller, and they, for whatever reason, their name sort of becomes synonymous with the planchette. They have sheet music that is dedicated to them, and Kirby's planchette. They claim, depending on the source you read, there's two different quotes that they sold either 35,000 or 200,000 in the Christmas gift season alone that year. And Kirby and Company
Damn,
also
boy. Make that bank.
well known for a few other
No wonder you could
innovations
afford to pay someone to
in
write a
the
song for you.
Planchet, and that is, they had 3 wooden variations, which are represented here. And they had their more rare number 3 India rubber planchette is how they marketed this. It's actually not India rubber, it's ebonite, which is one of the earliest forms of manufactured plastic. And given that we know Goodyear actually produced these rubber wheels on this model, there's a good chance that this was produced at the early Goodyear plant for the company.
Gotcha.
And
So they got in good with Goodyear and helped them move more product and made a good sale out of it probably too.
Which was introduced
Probably bought them in bulk and got a good deal on it as well.
Plate glass
Ooh,
planchette,
nice.
so manufactured
Fancy.
so that you could see through it.
Woo.
And again, like Goodyear being the earliest contender to probably for producing their ebonite planchette, we know from a single newspaper announcement that they teamed up with an early claimant to sort of the planchette manufacturing crown, this Portland, Maine glazier, glass manufacturer named C.H. Farley actually steps forward in the press and says, "Hey, I was selling planchettes years before you guys." And even though his claims still don't predate Cottrell's claims, but whatever. And actually have not only do I have C.H. Farley's card here, his business card, nautical instruments, with a picture of his factory, but I have his eyeglasses as well. And being a glazier, and his family owned the C.H. Farley Glass Works well into, I believe, the 1950s. There's a good chance that the partnership he announced with Kirby, which is probably what's responsible for creating that. So I've got a few cool artifacts of that guy. And everything blows up from there. So 1868 just becomes the year of the planchette. And you see a lot of devices begin to spring up in the 70s and 80s that will try to solve what I call the curious leapfrog. And the curious leapfrog is the concept that we already had alphabetic spelling devices. We already have wrapping mediums using alphabet boards to point out letters instead of calling out the alphabet. They would point with a pencil, but they don't quite put those two together. You have some attempts in the 1870s. Every once in a while, you'll see an illustration when you're doing your research, and you're like, oh, well, somebody thought to put the rolling planchette and an alphabet board together, and it doesn't stick. In the 1880s, Tuttle comes up with his alphabetic spelling device. In the 1880s, this doesn't become popular. This caters to spiritualists. It's advertised mostly just to them. But really, the planchette is going to remain king. There'll be resurgences of its popularity in the 1870s, a little blip here, a little blip there in the 1880s. But really, in 1886 is the banner year that will set up the next big explosion in spirit communication apparatus.
Quite the collection, I have to say, even if he's not a normal public museum for this stuff. Holy cow. Man does his research too. There's a lot of stuff, and he's trying to remember it all, and he usually has to double back on what he was just saying, because he's trying to keep it all
And this
straight.
is an original Kinnard board and planchette. You can see this one is a rare one that actually has the directions on the bottom of the planchette. And you can see here it's got the patented stamp on the back. We always look for February 10th, 1891 is when the patent was secured. Wow. And that is one of the original Kinnard Novelty Company. Talking about words. The felt missing from the...
It's pretty creaky.
Yeah.
I want to use it too hard, yeah.
And we've always, theorized that, the unusual shape of the planchette was probably to differentiate it from any patent claims that might come
At the
along
time,
from
yeah.
previous planchette manufacturers that they might have held. But that's just a theory, maybe a good guess. But
out of all these objects that you've got, here in storage, whatnot, are there any specific items that you think might actually be haunted, like that might have some sort of not a presence necessarily, but some sort of a strange feeling when you're with them? Or
I do have one planchette in the collection that if it's going to carry any spirits with it, this would definitely be the one. It was acquired from a seance circle that was performing seances during the Second World War in the UK, during, when the UK was being bombed and everything. And this planchette produced messages, it was said, from the spirits of deceased soldiers. And the seance circle would then take it upon themselves to communicate these messages from beyond to the surviving members of these families, who were often quite surprised to suddenly get these letters from the seance group saying, "We're sorry, but your son was killed in action and he has this to say." And I acquired the planchette from the son of one of the mediums of that circle, and it is a grand old, worn, well-used and well-loved planchette, and the son was nice enough to write me a letter of the story and the account behind it. And that one certainly has a certain feel to it. Now, what you want to attribute that to, the fact that it's well worn and well used, I leave that to others to decide. But it certainly has a special place in the collection because of that history.
do you have that somewhere in the house?
No, I don't, unfortunately. That one is packed up off-site. It belongs on that hook right there, and so many of the planchettes are packed away. Let's see if there's anything else significant. I think it's an important story to tell, and there's a reason I tell this story, and I usually close my lectures with an anecdote about the snitch baby. The snitch baby is a 1920s device that we only knew through the patent record for many years. And it's a talking board, but it looks more like a slide rule. It's a wooden platform like this, and it has a little roller car, a planchette on the top of it that rolls back and forth. It's just on the 4 little wheels. And we only knew about this device through the patent record for many years. In the patent record, there's far more undiscovered devices in the patent record than there are discovered devices. But one day, through my email, via some weird 90s era phone technology that I've still yet to discover, I literally got an email from a phone number attached to some weird phone plan.
Okay.
And I received what looked like 90 era flip phone pictures of what we now know as a snitch baby. We just knew it as a patent number, but it was one of these devices sitting on somebody's kitchen table. And
nice.
It was called the snitch baby. So that was its trade name.
There's at least a couple of them
exist today. We've since uncovered a lot of literature on it. And this woman sent me these pictures along with a message asking for my number, and I called her, and she was ecstatic to introduce me to this device. And I informed her it was the only known surviving one of its kind. It was the first we'd ever seen. And in my excitement, asked her a lot of questions about it. She discovered it in the attic of her home. So I asked her a lot of questions about the home and, everything, just, trying to figure out anything we could to tell its story. And that was the conversation, right? I was trying to acquire it. She actually used the device and was hesitant to sell it. And the conversation would continue from there, certainly, right? Until I got a frantic phone call the very next morning. And she was hysterically crying and screaming. And I finally calm her down and find out what's wrong. And she says, well, you asked questions about the house, so I called my landlord to ask them. Well, she didn't tell me she didn't own the house. Her landlord owned the house, and she found it in the attic. So it's not her device at all. It belongs to her landlord. Unfortunately, her landlords were devout Mormon. Or no, I'm sorry, not Mormon. They're Seventh-day Adventist, Jehovah's Witness. One of the, and they immediately demanded for her to give up the device so that it could be destroyed. And she said they were coming to get it that evening. And so I go into emergency mode. I tell her to hang tight, stay by the phone. And I spend the next 4 or 5 hours trying to find a photographer in the middle of the Bible Belt that will take a photograph of something called the Ouija snitch baby. And no one would do it. I finally, thank God, after 4 or 5 hours, I still have the piece of paper where I marked off. I just wrote down all these numbers and marked them off. I took a picture of it. And yeah, finally, there's somebody. She said yes. And she drove into the city and delivered it to this photography studio who did a photo session with it for some cash. And I got the pictures. She brought it home. The woman picked it up and threw it in the trash barrel and destroyed it. And so we lost the only known surviving snitch baby. I mean, an artifact that to us is practically priceless. It can't be replaced. There might be another one out there.
Maybe.
But for now, it's the only one.
Maybe.
And now it's gone, thanks to belief and religion. And so I think that's a big motivator in why I do this, to spread the real history and to inform people of why they might believe what they do about these devices. And maybe, just maybe, they'll question whether or not that belief is correct or rational, and question that. And maybe we'll get through to the right person and it'll change someone's mind next time they're hovering a Ouija over a trash barrel looking to destroy one. So with any luck, we'll keep the story told.
So now that you understand some of the history and mysticism behind Ouija boards, we're going to get back to the investigating. So we already finished up on the East Coast. Now it's time to head to Middle America, to Kansas and Missouri. And the first place we decided to do a Ouija board at was the Castle House. Now, this episode came out a few weeks ago, and in the episode we were speaking with what we believe was a young boy named Elijah. Castle House has a very interesting history. A number of owners died in the home. There's a cemetery out back. And yeah, I can definitely say it's haunted. And after we filmed this clip, actually, I got grabbed on the leg so hard that it made me jump out of the chair I was in and break it. So yeah, this one's a little bit creepy. Get ready for this, and yeah, let's let it roll. Okay, guys, so we're here in the haunted Castle House. I don't know how many sessions we've done so far. Do you remember?
Decent amount.
Yeah, a good amount.
Several.
Here's 4.
But we're now in Missouri.
Well, 3
Brief history of this location. There have been a number of deaths inside of this building. Previous owners. Right now, during this investigation, if you want to watch the full video, we have been interacting with the spirit of a 13-year-old child named Elijah. Now, we actually went through the history tonight, found that there was a 13-year-old named Elijah who died under unknown circumstances. And that connects to the story of a boy who psychics have seen with a large gash or some sort of injury in his stomach area who they think died here. So,
and Elijah was born on property here too, which is just kind of an addition to
just a little extra something on that too.
I definitely believe that we've been speaking to Elijah.
Oh, 100%.
100%.
If you haven't watched this video yet, definitely watch the full video.
Did?
Jeff,
it was a good one.
This is your first Ouija with us for the documentary. Are you ready?
I'm always ready.
This is kind of an
Ready
extreme
for a
one.
Papa
We get
Scoops.
the
There's some
candle, and
weird
this is
shit
like
about
the
to go
seance
down.
room.
I'm hot in the hell right
in
now.
the turret.
In the turret.
Is this the devil's room? I mean, because it's like smoking hot in here.
It's about to be.
Wow.
So, what we're going to do for this Ouija session is just ask questions, and we're not going to talk between the questions. Before, we've done an Estes during the Ouija, we've done REM pod work, but this time we're going to do a DR60.
Yeah.
But to start this off, we're going to do a little bit of a ritual. So, Connor, you want to do the honors?
Ritual.
Let's each light one candle. By lighting these candles, we are inviting...
Oh my god. What is that?
Is that the REM pod on the stairs?
What?
It is.
That never goes on.
The window was right next to it.
Oh boy, here we go.
By
Let's light the
lighting these
first candle.
candles, we are inviting any spirits who are in the house tonight to cross over and speak with us while these candles are lit.
Oh, I got a bug in my fly in my ear. Did you?
Yeah, that's just happened to me.
A fly again.
Yeah.
Marty McFly.
Martin McFly.
Marty!
It doesn't want you to light the candle, man.
One time.
Fortune.
I'll light that fly.
Okay.
Too many crickets.
Jiminy Crispies.
Okay, guys. So,
Okay.
and I know, guys, that you're supposed to use 2 hands with the Ouija board. I am well aware of that rule. I am willfully breaking this in this circumstance to film this documentary for y'all. We've done it with 2 hands. I'm perfectly fine with just the 1 hand tonight.
Close it after.
Yep.
We're good.
And once we blow these candles out, any spirits, you're no longer welcome to come through this board.
Or with me. Or Connor.
You can come with me.
No.
Yeah, we got a bunch of videos to film.
Oh, we do
Jesse.
have extra bedrooms.
We all got king size beds.
Oh,
We got extra
oh,
room.
come on, pal. I got the queen. I'm gonna start this.
Okay.
We're calling out right now to anybody here in the castle house, especially Elijah, the 13-year-old boy who we think was shot and killed here on the property. So please come through and speak with us. Is there somebody here in the house with us? Did you just walk up the stairs?
Are you watching us, Elijah?
Ooh. Okay. Yeah, a little something, something.
Did you bring that static camera up?
Is that still there? It's still rolling.
Who's that coming up the stairs?
Bum, 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 bum. Bottom. Heard that thump too.
Damn, that thing's going nuts.
Going wild.
You're coming up the stairs. Can you come up and make the candle, one of the candle lights flicker? If you're with us. Dude, look at that.
Oh, I feel a cold air, actually. Do you? It just came over our hands. I'm not even kidding.
Felt that too.
Yeah, like a f***ing cold dude. What the f***?
Listen to that thing.
Oh my god, I feel cold. Do you feel that? It's on
like-
top of us. Look at my hair. It's straight up on end.
Mm.
Dude, what's happening here?
It moving. It's booking it.
Where's it going to?
It's
Are we
beating
trying to
cheeks.
stop? Is it stopping somewhere? Jesus.
Who is this?
What you got there, boys?
I'm like barely on here.
Okay.
Where's this thing going, man? What the hell? Jesus.
Go right off.
Wait, no, don't let it go off the board. Put it back on. You're not supposed to do that.
Okay.
That's really bad. If the planchette tries to get off the board, it means you're talking to something really bad.
Really?
Yes. Anytime it goes for the corners.
So what does that mean?
Well, I don't know. We kind of just f***ed that up and let it off the board.
Are you putting that in the video?
Yeah.
Is there something
yeah,
bad
it's
here
gotta-
with us?
Gotta go on video now. What the heck is it thinking it's doing? Especially if that is supposed to be some sort of bad omen. I've never heard of that before, but I don't know all the rules either, so. Back to K.
If you're spelling...
Like K, like okay. Like, did we ask him a question?
I said what your name is.
Just a letter.
What's your name? Does it start with a K?
The hell? What is that?
No.
Really?
Let's move back to the
No,
middle.
it does not start with a K. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum.
Okay, what does your name start with? And if you're here and we just let you through the board, can you make a noise in this room? Touch one of us?
What's that?
Shut up.
What is it?
E.
E.
No. There's no way, dude.
What about the K?
Is this Elijah?
Ooh, that was a wild flicker. And no one was looking at it.
I'm like moving my fingers to show that I'm not.
That was loud.
I'm a little bit kind of freaked out.
Dude, that was a knock right next to Jeff.
That's like a bird hit the window. Dude, what the f*** is going on here? Look, I'm not even on this thing.
You see, none of we're all moving our fingers.
Those are some loud knocks. Yeah, I'll agree to that.
No.
Where's it going?
It's not really moving, so there's some minor
it's
leaning,
not
there's
Elijah.
some minor creaks, but there's no pops like that until now.
I'm freaked actually a little bit. I got like all goosebumps up and down my arms. If this isn't Elijah, we don't have
I wanna
much
see
longer
what that
here.
recording came up with.
Can you tell me who you are? If you're not Elijah? I really do feel like someone keeps looking at me from the stairs. That like weird feeling that like someone's watching you.
Sometimes I feel like
Things stop
somebody's
off, so either
watching
downstairs or
me.
it's up
I
here
got no
with us
privacy.
right now.
Oh,
This place has turned out to be much creepier at the end.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't really feel like bad. And now I feel
bumps on
bad.
my legs. I think I might be. I
Definitely
had a
tend
chill
to
down
run.
there either way. Woo.
It's like, I'm like above the board almost. The planchette.
Yeah. Making sure it's
See,
not
it's
an
on.
exit
What's it
pushing
on?
against
What is
me.
it?
Nothing.
I do have a headset cord.
I'm feeling like a stabbing pain in my left ear. Like my jaw.
Are we talking to an evil spirit? Can you tell me if you're good or bad? Can you land on the B if you're bad, the G if you're good? Guide us if you would. What's it by?
Nothing.
Is there anything underneath
By
it?
the numbers.
Remember that's what it said in the other room? I got a bad feeling about this.
Really?
I have this weird stabbing pain right here. Like I'm actually getting like someone's like punching me in the jaw.
Hmm.
It's strange. It's like the pressure just dropped or something. Oh god, that's
As your guys' chairs or table creaking. That's, yeah.
Ow.
That's not one of the unusual pop sounds that we were hearing earlier.
Are you trying to let us know? Are you good?
E. Dude, E again.
Really?
You know, it's kind of weird. It's like B is bad, G is good, E is right in the middle of that.
Oh, you're right.
Okay.
You're right. C and D and F and G are, well, kind of almost the amount. But I get the
More code is
sentiment.
good.
I get this. Yeah, the more good
That's
than
E
evil.
again, as far as Elijah.
I am the balance of
Well,
both
there's,
light
I
and
mean, it's
darkness.
Elijah, yeah, but then it also said it's not Elijah.
Yeah.
So what the is that? How do you interpret that?
Trying to confuse us.
It could be.
It's working.
Well, you know what's creepy is if it were a bad spirit, it could easily be acting like Elijah to try and gain our trust, because we just said out loud at the beginning of this clip that we've been
We know
talking
we're
to him.
talking to Elijah.
Right.
All right, let's close this
No,
session
it's
out.
no longer
Okay,
correct to
thank
talk
you
to
so
God.
much for chatting. But if you came through, you gotta say goodbye.
That it?
Now we gotta listen to this
Now we
DR60
gotta
really
listen to
quick.
DR60, yeah, because
Yeah, I did. It's go back and need for sure. Did you listen to it? Me? I did.
yeah, I heard that time. Ooh, whatever that was loud, yeah.
Is that?
Ooh,
Did you hear that?
I did.
I heard that
Demon.
clear. I'm coming.
I was gonna say I'm coming. And
Demon.
I'm coming. I'm coming. I think I'm coming. Listen. It says I'm coming. I'm coming. That's real clear.
That's really getting clear.
Oh, I'm coming. Yeah, I see it 100%. I'm
Very
coming.
clear.
I'm the beast. I'm the beast.
It's like somebody standing out from a distance, like whispering. Like whispering to someone.
There's some good ones in there.
Very good ones. A couple
It
of
does
very good
seem
ones.
like we were
yeah.
talking to somebody.
It
Not
almost
necessarily
seems.
always something happy to be talking about. Holy smokes! There goes the lights.
It almost
Something happy. You have the
seemed
candles
as if-
right now, don't
The
you?
light just went off. It's just
Yeah, the light on our tripod died.
Just
Our
died.
only light here.
well, right after you said it, it seemed like we were talking to somebody.
It seemed like Elijah was trying to talk to us,
But something else was
like,
talking over him.
Like he was scared
time.
of something.
Yeah. So it's been the whole night if you watch our video. The Lord of Demons. Whatever the that means. Is what we've got in our response.
I am the
Well, you better be ready for like 5 more of these.
That was freaky.
You ready to blow these candles out?
Yeah, we
What
gotta blow
happens
them all
when
out
you
at the
blow
same
'em out?
time.
Really?
That's the end of
If you don't blow them out at the same time.
Really?
Yeah.
Do we all take a candle to blow it or what?
No.
No.
Does it matter or what?
Don't be the last one.
So you and I blow. I'll go. I'll go.
Good luck, suckers.
Okay, yeah.
Alright.
Nice, nice.
So,
Hey everybody, it's Colin here. Thank you for watching today's video. Hello to all the new subscribers and hello to the rest of our beautiful, wonderful spooky family. As you know, every single week here on the all you have to do
Special
is
for the
election
live
below.
version.
7-1. So go comment. You can comment multiple times. It helps
By the way,
video
if you
so
want to
much.
check out
But
the full
anyways, let's
version
get
of the
back to
video,
today's
check out the link
Thank
down
you for listening to my
below.
little spiel. I love you guys so much and stay spooky.
Also, check it out for any of the merch you might want.
the Castle House.
Like this shit.
This Ouija session was really different. We weren't getting much on the actual Ouija board, but right as we started the session, and I lit
Like
the
weird
candles
stuff
in
going
front of the
off,
Ouija
yeah.
board, the REM pod starts going off on the stairs, almost as if whatever was in the house
Came
was
down to
coming
have
up
a
the
talk.
stairs as we started the session. But also having all this activity happen around us, knocking noises, amongst other things. It was scary, especially after the evidence we had already caught that night. But now it was time to head to Kansas City to go to the Blossom House.
Oh, what? It just quit right when you started filming. Can you keep going?
That was weird.
Oh, here we go.
Yo, what?
Whoa.
The same
Multiple
came back.
ones at once.
Oh,
That's a
that.
lot of energy.
Step back.
Feeling your freaking aura now. Jeez. Ooh, it got a hold of that one.
They're yellow now.
Dude, what?
Something live.
Whoa.
Yo, jeez, check that out. What the heck?
We were just setting up here and both of these started going off. Really strange too.
Yeah. It's like they're going back and forth.
What? Both at the same time.
Oh,
At the same time, too. Yeah, both of them.
Yeah, just wasn't rolling.
Dude, what the hell?
Okay, what are we gonna do?
Spread
Can
them
you
out a
stop
little
that,
bit more.
please? Can you please step away from this area for a second? Thank you. No. Oh, look at, look
Right
at.
when you said demon too. Are you filming?
Yeah.
Right when you said it.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay,
we're
so
filming all right.
to everybody who's here in the Ouija documentary, I don't know exactly how many sessions we've done so far, I've lost count, but right now we're at the Blossom House Hotel here in
spot
Kansas
that
City, Missouri.
the ones
This place, to give you a
included on
brief
here.
history, was never actually a hotel. It was a warehouse and kind of a manufacturing area for wartime needs. And they think there may have been an explosion here that killed a bunch of people. There was a confirmed death from a heart attack. A lot of the history here is lost. There could have been, Native American history. But the stories of this place are insane. And some of the things people have
Active as
captured
heck
on
is
camera
so
here
far
are
already. Yeah.
some of the clearest shadow figures I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, yeah.
But we're starting off with a Ouija
Bum, bum.
board, and tonight we're doing something different. We're going to use a dual port.
Boom, boom.
Yeah.
Dual port.
Hi.
Dual port. Why is my brain
Hello.
not remember what dual port
So
is?
the dual
Oh,
port
that's
right
the-
here,
Okay.
this thing actually scans the same device
That
here
guy
or
right
something.
there.
It uses the
I would love to
same
get my hands on
technology
something
as a
like that
spirit
too,
box. It actually
actually.
runs off a spirit box, but it's got noise canceling technology and reverb added, so you're just hearing the voices instead of the static. But we're gonna run that this time while we do the Ouija board and see if someone's here. You guys ready?
I'm ready.
And here's just a real quick shot. There's the spirit box right here, just hooked up.
Okay. By the way, we got Jeff here tonight, Papa Spooks,
Hey, how you doing, guys?
and
Hey,
Connor.
Pops.
Daddy
I'm
Connor.
Lordy Connor.
Hooked up. All the girls, this is Daddy Connor.
You heard it here first.
Okay.
Hey man, you never know when you got the
So
Riz.
calling
Apparently
out
my
right now
new
to
coat
anybody
that I got.
who
Holy smokes, I'm
Might
gonna
be
gain
here in the
attention
building with
lately.
us. We
I knew
just
that I
wanna
looked good in
speak
the
to you,
London fog, but
and
yeah,
we're coming with
apparently a
great
lot of people
intent,
agree.
light,
Lots of love in our hearts, and we want to speak to positive entities tonight. So you can also use your voice to speak with us.
Tell us the lesson that we should learn. Who's ready to spook him now?
That K2 keeps spiking.
Yeah.
Can you tell us how many people are here?
Oh. I do 1, 2, 3, 4. Like maybe that's 4 hits.
You would, or say it louder.
You coming in? Come and join us.
It stops every time when I point at it. How many people are here?
Your candle's a little bit crooked. Here, George. Here's the candelabra for Mother, George.
Forget. Look, I forget.
Can you tell us your name?
Listen.
Yeah.
Yo.
As Connor said, would you please tell us your name?
Oh.
The Ouija.
Should this be on? Steph.
What's next?
I think I gave us their name. Stephanie. I think Stephanie. Can you tell me? Can you tell me your name again, please? That was pretty clear. Thank you.
I didn't realize it was on V.
Oh.
IV what?
Wow, that was a woman. Clear. First one was a woman.
Whoa.
I'm not touching it.
We've had
Ivy?
Ivy. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
IVY.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, Ivy.
Okay, why put it back in the middle?
I think
Okay, if your name is Ivy, we're trying to hear your voice. Can you say Ivy or that's me with your real voice?
Hey.
Hi. Can you say your name out loud?
use your energy and talk through this like you're trying to. Interesting, it's always like a female voice.
Thief.
You want eye again?
Connor, look up at them.
Yes.
It's on I again?
Right out loud. It's back on I. I don't know
Is your
why
name
this-
Ivy?
Ivy, if this is if Ivy, if this is here, what the f is going on with me?
English, do you speak it, lad?
Ivy, if you're here with us right now,
Look at that.
Yo.
Let's think she is.
can you put the board on yes?
Or say yes.
Oh, yes.
Can you say it clearer, like I'm here or it's me?
If you could just say Ivy or yes, we'd know that it's you, Ivy.
some weird, interesting specks on that thing, but I'm not sure anything's coming across clearly.
The top point where it holds it off the board is on I again.
Oh, it is.
Keeps trying
So
to
Ivy, you
go
have
back
to let us
the-
know that it's actually you by trying to tell us through this device here. Tell us it's you. Here.
There we go.
Are you a woman, Ivy? Did you die here in this building?
I went off again. Ivy, let us know it's you again, please. I'm here. It's me.
9.
Can't keep
Wait,
going
9?
back
Okay,
to-
I would say, how many spirits? Remember? Because it can answer a lot longer.
Or maybe
Later.
she's 9 years
Right in the
old.
middle of
Pardon
a
me? Yeah,
question,
could
my
be.
man.
Ivy, are you 9 years old?
Let's ask Paul about it. Ivy, again, will you please say you're here?
Because that was also.
What's going on here?
No. You're not 9 years old?
Asking questions too quickly.
So is there
Impatient.
9 people here right now?
Yeah, focus on that right now. Focus on what the 9's about. Looking at 9. Ooh, that was very
Said
clear.
I'm looking at 9.
Really?
I don't know.
That was very clear, whatever it was.
What do you
I'm looking at mine.
What do you mean by the number 9? Can you tell us what 9 means?
I'm ready for this.
Right when it hits no.
What are you ready for? What are you ready for?
Why does he keep saying no? Is Ivy the only one here?
Weird musical tone. You, and a girl named Sue.
Ivy, we just.
Guy's voice.
Yeah, tell me the name of the other person that's here. I think there's 2 people. Oh, I'm getting.
Who's
Do you feel that cold? On our arm and leg right here.
who's the man? Who's the man here? Can you tell us the man? Can you say your name, the man, please? Tell us your name, please. Okay, keep coming. Tell us your name, please.
Thank you.
Okay, but you got to tell us your name if you would, please. I can't.
The German fella saying no.
German.
Can the man step forward and tell us your name? Please? Oh. Like, no. Could it be the big... Are you the big man?
Am I the only one that's feeling like it actually getting like cold? Like here.
Your forehead's not even as sweaty as
I know. I mean, I'm feeling like kind of surrounding us, like a weird.
That kind of stopped right there. What is that? What's it on?
You just said.
You. United People's
You
Front. I don't know. It's been a little bit of a cluster, so I'm just making fun. UL.
Can one of you tell us the big man's name that's in the windows all the time here? In the shadow, the big man?
Ulysses.
ULL.
What's going off?
U-L. Oh, you sound like it's saying. U-L-L. What does that mean?
Oh. Not October.
Was that the big man?
The man comes around.
What does ULL mean?
It means ooh. Pardon me. Oh, yeah, caught that.
More of you? You're welcome to come here and communicate with us.
Ooh, that was loud.
Hi.
Ghosts just sound like I did.
Leo.
We want to introduce ourselves. My name's Connor.
I'm Jeff.
And I'm Colin.
Did that thing just say don't?
I thought okay.
Hello.
Can you tell me how many people are here right now?
Go.
If the big man's here and your name is Leo, can you say that again? Or spell it? No.
Nope.
That kid doesn't want to
Not
say
gonna
his
say
name.
it again. You heard it once. Yeah, that's all you needed. Get out. Go.
Just say it.
The number of the beast shall be 666.
6.
So Leo's not here, or the big man's not here?
Something like really clear. You gotta hear those back.
Can you show us what the first letter of your name is?
Just keep being hyper focused on just trying to get a name. It's just like we've heard something.
He died.
I heard died.
Ben.
No.
Oh.
Oh.
Is it
Leo.
L.
So is this Leo?
I would just think that's yes.
That's definitely Leo.
Leo.
So we've got Leo and Ivy.
Leo and Ivy.
Can you touch that red light over there if Leo and Ivy are here?
We're thinking.
Thinking.
We're thinking. We're like together deciding. We're friendly.
That's probably what's causing
We're
half
here
the
really just to
delays here
confirm
is
that you exist.
It's kind of.
I'm checking. We'd love to hear you speak clearly to us.
No. He said no right when
Okay.
Okay.
You don't have to be afraid of us. We're just trying to hang out with you guys.
How could you do? Well, that was,
How could you do that?
that was clear.
Okay, guys. Leo and Ivy, we're going to continue talking to you, but we're going to end this Ouija board session, okay?
Yeah.
So, when we say goodbye, we're going to close this portal.
Interesting, but didn't get a lot
And
of
Leo and
clear answers
Ivy,
out of the thing.
If you've been here, you can talk to us, but no one else is allowed to come through, okay? So, let's put it to goodbye.
Right when we did it. Right when we did it. Okay.
You said if Leo and Ivy were here, could you touch that red light?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're watching, ask me.
Okay, let's do.
So if you're watching the Ouija board documentary, at this point, we're going to cut. And if you want to see what happens next, go watch our full episode from the Blossom House Hotel. And I feel like this is going to be a crazy night.
Right behind me.
So the Blossom House was really interesting. I mean, we got a lot of very clear answers, names this time. Ivy, it's spelled out, and that actually came into play later on in the investigation. That video is going to be coming out next week, actually, so yeah, get ready for that. And there's a lot of interesting stuff behind that video, so you'll see when it comes out. But we then had to head to a darker place, Steve's Demon House, aka the House of the Dead on Maple Street in Atchison, Kansas. Now, this video, a lot of you guys have seen it. Steve was the owner who was taking us through the house and had tons of stories about people getting possessed, attacked inside of the home. He claims there's multiple strong demons in there, so yeah, we were all a little on edge to do this Ouija session. Okay, so I'm not going to be participating in this Ouija board session because I am deathly afraid of spiders. Don't roast me, that's just like my biggest fear. And I'm not kidding you when I say there are probably 1,000 spiders just in this room. Connor is sitting on a chair coated in spiders.
I am a spider.
Yeah, and just
I just want to be a spider.
Yeah.
God, dude, this gives me anxiety. Okay, we're calling out right now to the demon that's here in the House of the Dead. Feel free to speak with us through this Ouija board and let us know who you are and what you want from us.
Is there anyone here with us?
That'd be a yes, generally, yeah.
Okay, guys. So for this session, let's just take our hands off and investigate. Okay. Now.
Hands off. All right.
So just to explain real quick, that Ouija board is not really meant for a Ouija session. It doesn't have proper lift with the planchette. So we're just going to open that and investigate. And I'm going to include some of our investigation footage right now. Just look at this more as a Ouija board experiment. Because if you haven't seen the episode yet, there's a pentagram directly underneath this table where rituals have been performed. Right here. What is this one? Yeah, and there's occult markings. Okay, so we've opened up the portal here on the Ouija board. We want to speak to the demon that supposedly lives down here in the basement. Now, if you haven't seen the full episode as well, there are bodies that the owner thinks are buried right in the other room down here. So, if you are down here with us, why don't you take a seat at this table and move that planchette? We want to know what your name is. It's hot and creepy down here. I can't even stand up straight.
Isabella.
Isabella. Isabella? Multiple spirits. Okay, so we have Isabella. And who else? Who else is down here with us? Can you tell us your name if there's multiple? Are you down here with us?
Expose.
Remember the woman who was, he said was getting naked down here trying to have sex with her husband and he wasn't even here? Down in the basement, right in this room. Do you remember that woman who was taking her clothes off down here?
That happened to be Isabella.
Holy f***. How about you move something or bang on something to show us that you're here?
Tonight. Oh.
I was talking to Steve on the tour that I smelled a strong odor of cigarette and cigars. And he said, "Oh my gosh, that's crazy because the guy that had this smoked cigars."
Really? Down here? Say that again?
He can tell you again, but when I came down on the tour, I just told Steve that I smelled cigarettes and then cigars. And he said the guy that lived here, or that, I can't remember, maybe you have to ask him, one of the historical figures smoked a cigar.
Well, that's pretty interesting.
So yeah.
Gloria.
Calling
Gloria?
Gloria.
That Gloria could be a woman's name, or it could be something religious, demonic, you know. Yeah, my preschool's name was Gloria today. Wall. Is there something in the wall? Or is it referencing these markings on the wall down here that the previous owners left? Yep, we're going to be posting this on the internet.
Yeah.
Toys.
Hello, Internet. How are you?
Are you playing with the Ouija board like it's a toy? If so, can you hit that red light on the table?
We really want to figure out why you're down here. It is creepy that they have that, like, mirror. What? Hold on. I'm getting a fucking headache. Like a really bad migraine. Are you giving me a headache?
They got one under the stairs. Oh, he's laying on the ground. Look at.
It's a body.
Look at, he's laying right on the floor below you.
Oh, he's right here.
Right here.
Can you stand up and come out from under the stairs? Dude, remember these stairs have ritual markings on them.
Dude.
Dude.
Yeah, he stood up.
He stood up, yeah.
Black eyes. Remember he
Yeah,
told
black
us about
eyes.
the eyes? Do you have black eyes?
The blackest eyes. The devil's eyes.
Makes me feel nauseous down here.
What the hell? Where is he? What's going on? I mean, when you talk about mapping out, there's nothing on the floor to map out, is there? I mean, what would
That's like a blank cement
He's
floor. There's not
crawling.
really anything to map out to make something look like that. It's very strange.
Sure. It said skull and sure.
when you walk by, this thing looked like it reached out at you.
It said skull. And
It's literally laying right under the
It
stairs.
is. And look like it's laying on its belly.
dude, it's like a f***ing body. Remember,
You know
the
what I mean?
bodies are buried right there. Right
It's
through
crazy
there.
how long it's staying on here.
Can you go into the other room with the Ouija board? Or make a noise down here? Move something?
Do you have the? Yeah. Do you have the REM pod right there?
Yeah.
Why don't you set it just down there, right there? Yeah. Right. Okay. Can you reach that device with the red light? Touch it. It's just like a toy.
Ancient time.
Oh, it stood up. Oh my gosh.
Really?
It's like it's got its hands up against the wall.
Did somebody just fall off the wall?
Whoa.
What the f***
And no one
was
is
that?
touching it.
What? A rock?
I do believe that they said that the rocks do tend to fly down here. Oh yeah, that's it. Jesus.
Did that just...
Oh, this thing.
It just came off somewhere.
It went away.
This thing went away.
Very unusual.
It's gone.
Yeah, that gave me...
I'm here.
That just gave me
So
the
it's-
f***ing chills, man. It sounded like it literally chipped off the wall.
Nicole.
Remember we asked earlier, Nicola said.
Hold on, don't move.
Oh, sorry.
Shit, don't move.
You block it and then it goes away. You can move.
I think we should. That's just... And finally, we have the Sally house. Now, I know a lot of you guys have seen the Sally House video, but I'm including this full clip because if we're going to do a Ouija documentary, this is some of the clearest evidence I've ever personally seen of Ouija board not only working, but gone wrong. It seems like using the tool, the Ouija board, actually unleashed whatever this thing was. If you've seen the Sally documentary, it followed us back here. It's actually with us in this apartment right now. There's a lot of dark stuff going on behind the scenes that we can't talk about, but yeah, this is the part of the video that you should skip if you're superstitious, or you should turn off, because we definitely let Sally come out. Are you ready? Okay, guys, so to start tonight, we're going to do something extreme. We are going to do a blood ritual on the Ouija board here at the Sally House. Now, this is going to be included in both our Sally House episode and the Ouija board documentary, because this is a very important time that we're using the board. With paranormal theory, oh, there you go. That's a REM pod. When you use the Ouija board and you offer up in any of these rituals your own blood, you're basically giving energy or life force to the entity to be able to use and use that to come forward. So that's why we're going to be giving Sally, or whatever this thing is, our blood as a bit of energy or life.
I do believe that there's an energy that is the original
to come out
Sally
and speak
as
with us.
intended, but I also do believe that the negative energy there likes to pretend to
so
be Sally.
we did a Ouija board the
get away
first
with
time
shit.
here, and it was very freaky. And I think this time is going to be even freakier, obviously. But all right, Sally, we are coming here tonight to speak with you, or whatever you are.
That's right. It's kind of actually unusual, because I usually will bleed for quite a while, you know, and I brought a Kleenex and it's just dry. Weird. That's right here. Usually it just keeps going and keeps going. It's just like there's nothing there.
Okay. Put your hand on. Sally, or whatever entity is here at the Sally House, we are coming to you tonight to speak with you. We've given you our blood, and we've been here before. You might remember Jeff and Colin. That's me and my dad. We're right here. Connor is new. His sister Courtney was here before. So tonight, we're inviting you to speak with us. I just want to know who you are, and I want to get to the bottom of it.
Blood's making it stick on the board.
Yeah, make a mess.
Hey, Sally, are you here with us?
That's a very definite yes.
You hear that?
What'd you?
A whistle.
I wish you wouldn't play background noise when I'm trying to listen to the background of your
Forgive me.
thumps.
Shut the f*** up.
What?
It's on an S. It's on an S. There's no way. There's no way.
Oh yeah, I thought that was.
So the blood ritual, I know that's going to be a really controversial thing to people online. People are going to call us idiots. It is obviously a very dangerous thing to do, but we've all studied the paranormal for years now. I've done numerous blood rituals, and I really wanted an answer this time, because this is the third and final time we're going to the Sally House, and I wanted to actually create that personal connection.
Are you sure it's the final
Energy
time?
to be able to manifest and speak
Many
with us
people
that night.
say
Now, afterwards,
things like
off camera,
final time.
we did our own
Kind of like
cleansing
Sam and
things.
Kobe with
we
the
did ritual.
with the honorable
We
estate,
kind of
but
protected ourselves with a lot of advice from
you know,
Rhonda.
things happen.
But yeah, I mean, there's always going to be an element of when you perform
the other
and
side
act
always
like that. But
intervenes.
I think in doing
people
that
are
simple
destined
thing,
to
it
return.
charged the energy of the house that night
Sometimes
because, I mean,
they
just take a
come
look
back.
at what started happening immediately after we finished the Ouija board. Okay, guys, so we had to put a towel under the board because it was sliding around a bunch on this table. That's why you're going to see this jump cut right now, but we're going to keep doing the session. This is the very beginning. Sally, are you here?
Hello again. Hello again, naturally.
Woman argument.
Women argument.
Sally, we've talked to you and we're not going to be scared by what you're doing tonight. So you're going to have to show us what you are.
I had to do
Why
some
don't we play a
nifty
game?
tricks.
Do you want to play a game?
That's a yes.
The one in the kitchen too.
What's the game?
Doesn't want to play any games.
You say no?
Yeah.
Okay, Sally, we've dealt with you before. We're not falling for that tonight.
So I was like, oh, are you sure? We can fall for something else tonight. Oh, we can fall for something else big.
Look at that. It's getting colder over there. Damn it, it just stopped.
Stacy.
Stacy. Oh, look, there it goes again. Look at that. Getting colder over there. Okay, Sally. Keep coming in. We're breaking the rules tonight of the Ouija board just because we want you to be able to come with us.
Gregory.
Gregory, your hometown.
That's where I'm
Jeff's
from.
hometown.
That's-
Gregory.
That's bizarre, man.
What the f? Dude, this thing always...
It
Peter.
went with me last time.
My favorite artist, Peter Steele.
Like Peter.
Look at that thing getting colder. It's getting colder. I feel it getting colder in here, do you?
Fortune.
Fortune.
Sally, we've been here 3 times. This is our 3rd time now.
There it goes.
I would really appreciate if you would just really come out tonight and show us who you truly are.
Oh, she'll show you.
I'm trying to get off the board.
Smack it.
Okay.
Dude, I just saw something.
Yo, what the f was that?
I just saw something by the stairs. I just saw something walk by the
Dude,
stairs.
the cat ball's going off. That's going off.
I just saw something by the REM pod by the
Okay,
stairs.
no. This is a
He's
ball.
here.
A ball.
He's here!
Okay.
He's here!
I swear to God, I saw something.
Okay, there's
No, there was movement right there.
Okay, well, there's a ball over there that got pushed
Oh my
down the
God.
stairs.
I think one of the balls got pushed down the
It
stairs.
did. It did. It 100% had to. Okay. Hold on.
Oh, it did! It did, bro! It did!
Eagle.
How do you like the new trick? Better than the old
Yo, what the
tricks?
f did we do?
Please go right.
Please go right! Please go right! Upstairs! Yeah, you heard it.
Are you coming down?
Heard something.
Upstairs!
Oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah, you heard it.
Are you coming down?
Heard some sort of strange noises. Then it wasn't them.
Oh my God.
Turn this off.
Don't turn this off.
We all got off the Ouija
Dude,
board.
listen. Listen, if you think about it. I just asked him. You told me to ask something. You got to really show us. The ball came down. They kicked the ball down.
None of we're sitting in chairs.
Did you actually get the ball? So many
No,
people see
I saw that.
So they see
I saw that out of the corner of my eyes.
We heard it. We heard it.
Well, I saw something like roll by the REM pod over here, and I was like, I just saw movement over there.
God damn it.
Oh.
We need to have a static on that.
Wow, damn it.
Oh my god. That was loud.
Okay, now what?
That was like someone jumping on the stairs.
You know what's scary is... So, we want to always obey the rules of the Ouija board. And what
I'm
happens
listening to everything.
I'm listening to everything.
when you break the rules of the Ouija board that lets the entity out? And you know what it did? It knocked the ball off. And it got all three of us.
Poltergeist.
I just got full body chills.
It got all
This is unlike any place, really.
No. It got... Look at it. It got all three of us to stand up in the middle of the Ouija session. So everybody broke the rule. And now it's f***ing out.
So we took our hands off them.
All three of us did. So now it's out.
Did you hear me?
Yes.
Hello.
Yo!
That still gives me the
chills.
goosebumps. Hello.
Okay, we did hear you, yes. We heard you.
Loud and
What do you
clear.
want us to do next? Dude, that was like
Let it out of
a
the
command after a
effing
command.
cardboard
the
box.
doctor that lived here.
Oh, shit. I'm feeling totally like headache. Again, I'm not sick.
Dude,
I'm
I just
feeling
think the thing we need to realize is the end.
Basement.
Basement! First time we came here, it said to go to the basement.
What's your favorite part of the house? Upstairs, basement?
Basement.
My God, no f***ing way, no f***ing way.
That's crazy.
That's impossible to even fake too. Oh my God.
I follow up with a
Let
Colin.
me see.
Colin.
Okay.
For the EVP this week.
Do you want us to come to the basement?
Intent.
Intent. What's your intent? Should we come down to the basement? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, come. Come as you are. And all my riffs are musical ones tonight, I swear. Bless you.
Sorry, but something just got me. And why? Sorry. Oh my god.
I know the feeling. The nasal passages have been a pain in the ass last week or so.
All right, we're coming downstairs.
Bom, 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 bom. All right. Yeah. Heard that. Loud and clear.
Do you want us to come to the basement? Is that what you're saying to me?
I think it's made itself clear. That.
Oh, yeah.
You want us to come to the basement?
First time we... The light just died! Light just died! Light just died!
Yep.
Look at that.
There goes.
The
red light. The red light. Full battery.
That was
just
full
died.
battery.
Full battery. Just died. First time we... The light just died! Light just died! Light just died. First time we... The light just died! Light just died! Light just died. If you come with an understanding of the Ouija and the paranormal, anytime you lift your hands off the board, it's bad. If you all lift your hands off, that's what people recommend you don't do, because you let the entity out. And that's what... You gotta think about it. This thing is smart. This thing just knocked a ball off, so it knew that we'd all take our hands off and go film it. So now it's out. It played the game. It knows that it's free, you know? And look at it.
It's ancient.
It just killed our light. We've been filming, what, 20 minutes?
I have 15% on this battery.
That's what I'm saying.
When we sat down at the table, I had 89.
Home.
Okay, I don't know what's on here.
It just said home. It's Sally. We finally found Sally. And she's fucking right here.
And she's pissed.
And she's fucking mad. Whatever that is. God
Oh, I don't know.
damn,
That's
dude.
mad. I think it's just evil and wants to hurt you.
Okay.
Just saying.
Okay, Sally, are
I
you over
expect
there?
From a demonic presence, or at least a very evil energy that makes itself known in such manners.
In the kitchen.
Yeah, there's a voice or some kind of a.
Dude, Connor. This is how it starts every time. It starts so slow.
My heart is beating out of my chest right
But
now.
it's gonna get so much worse, dude. It's gonna get so much worse.
Choose.
Choose. Do you want
Choose
to
the
leave or
form
do
of
you
your
want to stay?
destructor. Now Ghostbusters references.
Okay, let's go back. Let's kind
You're
of
gonna set that ball back up.
It's also nice to show a clip of something that hasn't happened yet, at least in
Poisoned
the episodes
blood.
released.
Okay, guys, so
You're making a mistake.
Oh my gosh.
I was about to say, we all took our hands off the Ouija board. We made the mistake already. Think about that, guys.
Yep, it says it.
Whatever, you know, the thing is about Sally is this thing is smart.
It
Think
got
about
you
that.
all up off the
When,
table.
out of all these Ouija sessions, have we all taken our hands off the board? Connor. I heard that.
Anybody. Brown eyes.
I don't, not me. Me either.
Cat ball's going. I mean, it purposely smacked that antenna too.
It was the same thing.
Skinwalkers around.
Jeez, skinwalkers. That's really strange.
That's very strange. That would bring up those
Is
things.
it down?
Oh, it's a different ball, guys.
Is it the big one?
No, it's a small red one. That was cool. Well, you're gonna have it on the camera, dude. You're gonna have it on the camera. Did you got the stairs up, right?
Yeah.
Well, then it's gonna show it.
Is that the one from the closet?
Attack.
He brought it down.
Attack.
He brought it down. Okay. So this ball has come down.
Just the feeling of we have effed up, just selling into the point of almost feeling sick. Yeah.
I just got hit with tears.
Day.
Today's the
Can you see
day.
my eyes?
We're just gonna leave.
Watery.
Mine have been watery, but again, I think it's the sinus thing. I'm thinking
Close this out.
flowable energies that are hidden, but they're not hitting as hard as they usually
I
do.
just started crying. I had tears. I don't know why.
I blame my multivitamin. Gotta stay healthy.
Someone's here. I think it's Sally. But so we f***ed up. Sally, dude.
Sean.
I keep saying S names. Something got us to all take our hands off the Ouija board by knocking them balls off. And it did that even when we're starting the intro, you know, to distract us. So, let's just finish this, alright? We'll close it out.
You've got plenty of evidence. Yeah, you can just close this sucker out before you make
Right.
any more issues.
Sally, we did this really to just have you come out and speak with us. but we're saying goodbye and ending this Ouija session. So goodbye. God, what the f*** is happening?
Black eyes.
So Sally affected me profoundly and deeply. I mean, I wish I could talk about what's happening, but I can't. Yeah, the blood ritual worked. I mean, it worked. It was exactly what we wanted. That was the most activity we've ever gotten out of the Sally house. Violent physical activity. I mean, if you watch the full video, you'll see that it was just so much, and it's followed us. But yeah, still terrifying. And we've done blood rituals with Ouija boards in the past. We did one at the Hinsdale house earlier this year with Josh. My dad, Pop Spooks, and I did one at the Stone Lion Inn in Guthrie, Oklahoma back in 2021. So we've used them in the past, and we've always found that it really ramps up the energy. But yeah, at what cost? I guess now I'm starting to learn at what cost that comes. But to finish out this documentary, thank you to everybody who's held on this far. We are going to go finally to the other coast of America. So we started off on the East Coast. We came to Center America. Now we're going to the West Coast, to the Clown Motel in Tonopah, Nevada. That's going to be our final Ouija board session, and it really does end on a lighter note. I think you guys are going to really enjoy what we found.
I have to go to that place with a baseball bat because anything moves on me suddenly is going to get whacked.
Since we were in Kansas?
Yeah.
Not that long. We were only home for 10 days with my wife Courtney and us just chilling at home. But right now, welcome to our Nevada trip. We already filmed last night at the Goldfield High School. Go check that video out if it's out yet. We also filmed at the Nevada State Prison. Both of those locations banned Ouija boards. So we didn't want to obviously do anything that they didn't want us to do. So we didn't do any Ouija board sessions at those locations. But right now, you might recognize where we are in Nevada. If you don't,
honk, honk.
We're back at the Clown Motel, baby. We were here in 2021. We already did the intro. This is going to be part of our Mizpah video, but right now we're focusing on the Ouija board session. I think this is number, what, 10? 11 that we've done?
No clue.
We've done a lot of Ouija boards in the last couple months. So if there are any two people in America that are going to be cursed, it's
Outside
Connor
the ones that aren't included in this.
So we might as well add a clown demon to our collection of evil entities that are following us in the process of this documentary. But already, so we already just filmed for an hour inside of the building as a part of the Mizpah video. We had some really interesting stuff just happen. We had, here, let's just go in the room. I'll show you guys. Here's our humble abode for the next hour. Welcome in. We're already set up. So right here you can see we're gonna do the Ouija board. So if you don't know the history of the Clown Motel, basically there's a massive cemetery a couple hundred feet from here. Hundreds of graves. It's a Wild Western miner cemetery. People think that the miner spirits walk over to this hotel. The original owner of the place had an affinity for clowns. He died and he's actually buried in the cemetery over there, so people have seen him here. There was somebody that took their own life with a gun in the parking lot of the hotel because they came here and wanted the spirits to end their life for them, and when they didn't, they took it into their own hands. There's also a man who died in his room, and another man who was staying in the room adjacent to this room who had a heart attack in his room, trying to call the front desk for help. When the front desk didn't pick up his call, he called someone else. He got an ambulance, but he died on the way to the hospital. And the front desk worker that day said they never received a phone call, so the family thinks... I like the dark. His family thinks maybe there was some sort of a spiritual intervention that caused his death. That's just a little history. What's crazy though, right when we set up in here, we had the Ouija board right behind Connor go off. We had one set up. Little boy. We had this couch, a REM pod on the couch that went off. All of our devices multiple times said go left, I'm in the closet. It asked me to go knock on the wall, so I did. Come over here, and we actually had one of these towels fly off of the shower rod while I was standing right here on camera. And so we set all these up to see if they wanted to play with them, because it also said tug right before I did that. So there's a REM pod in there too in case that goes off during the Ouija session. But yeah, it's the middle of the day. Ghosts are not exclusively active at night. That's something that you should take away from this video, because this place is already very active. It's pretty creepy in here. Connor's here too. First time at the Clown Motel.
Yeah. It's a creepy spot.
Honk, boy.
Yes, it is.
Doesn't beat old Wild West towns and clowns involved in it.
Towns and clowns.
Towns and clowns. Let's go.
Let's go, baby. Okay, well, let's do this thing, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna turn on for this session this spirit box that we've got, which comes with noise cancellation and reverb. So we're gonna see if we can hear what they're saying while we do the session. Anybody here in the Clown Motel? Please come and speak with us. We just want to know who you are.
Quite some noise cancellation.
Okay, can you tell us your name?
Ah, yes, the sound of my still beating heart. I need to punch it again, make it stop. Ooh, that was quite the knock.
What the f***? That was in the bathroom. B.
Watch out.
Watch out for what? Things feels like it's moving. Oh.
What is that?
BF?
There's just one radio station out here.
Well, sir. Pastor. Different ships. I wonder when we to deal
No, what?
have the heart of God. One way this
This thing's only picking up one station, my man.
H.
Deuteronomy 20.
E.
We are looking as with Israel. It's now your job is through increase our wisdom.
Follow us left.
Follow us left again.
Widows.
What did it spell?
But remember,
No head.
Spelled no head?
Yes. H-E-A-D.
Don't
Oh,
go
Yeah.
and be injured. The
Hey, how you doing,
this the man who shot himself in the parking lot?
again shall be
Listen,
injured.
I'm gonna grab a regular spirit box.
Yeah, that thing ain't doing squat.
No head? What does that mean? Tell? Or I can't tell?
I'm an angel. Taylor.
Taylor. Who's Taylor? CD. A Taylor CD like James Taylor? Taylor Swift?
Yeah, I don't know what was
I
up
control
there.
this place.
Well, great. Why don't you just tell us that some more?
You said CD, like James Taylor, and I said AC. ACDC.
We were singing AC/DC earlier. Miss Pa. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Miss Pa. All right.
Do you like ACDC?
I wish this thing would just fly under us once.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got a rock and roller ghost. Okay.
Whoa.
Do you want us to play AC/DC?
fucking day.
They play the AC/DC song on the radio.
The other day.
Something keeps coming real strong and it keeps kind of crackling up. Play some AC/DC up in this son of a gun.
Do you play AC/DC?
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
Quick little 10-second clip of it.
Yeah. We'll have to censor
Well,
it
boys,
on
we're on the
YouTube,
highway to hell.
since they don't like that very much.
You want me to play some?
Can you name the song you want to hear?
I like the toys.
What the fuck? H. Hell's Bells? Okay, I think that's our answer. Let's play it. Fine. Okay, we're gonna take our hands off this thing so you can talk to us for a second. You're free to chill.
You never know what some of the music rights on some of these things, so I'm trying to keep the game banned.
Did you enjoy
I'm
that?
gonna chop out something. It's too good. I have the feeling it was copyright. I still have the feeling it was still copyright.
Agree.
Yeah.
We got a rock and roller.
Hell yeah.
Well, it was fun talking to you. We're going to close this session out. Hopefully more people come in and play AC/DC for you in the future.
Maybe we're back in town. Paul. All right, Paul. Well,
Thanks for
I'm
hanging
glad
out,
we got
Paul.
to rock with
Have
you,
a good
buddy.
evening.
Yeah. I'm gonna close this out.
Yeah.
Thank you for talking to us, Paul. You can't stay with us, and no one else can who came through this portal. Goodbye.
Damn.
Yeah.
I feel like that was more of a one of the more lighthearted Ouija boards that we've done.
Yeah.
True.
Directly on the Ouija board of the planchette moving around, but it's almost as if like bringing a Ouija board out, it does almost poke and prod at whatever spiritual energy is in these places that we've been to. I definitely
Something
think
basic
now
that
that
everyone
it's a
can
legitimate
kinda get,
tool,
because
at
it's
least
been
a
around for
trigger
so long.
object, that should definitely be integrated into more paranormal investigations.
Do you think something followed you home?
I do. I think it's still with me.
Well, we could talk about that at a later date. I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool, man.
Later, yeah.
I know this is I think it's our longest video of all time, but I
So
think
far,
we
as
have
far as I'm aware,
extensively
yeah.
and exhaustively proven during this video that Ouija boards do work. And it's all about intention. If you go into it trying to talk to something dark and evil, that's probably what's going to come talk to you, whether that's your mind playing tricks on you or it's an actual demon, demonic, evil
And
thing
the
coming.
energies that are in the
I don't
place,
really
yeah.
know. But what I do know is that by doing these sessions, I think we've proved that
Intent
yeah,
and
they
energy
work.
of the house.
And there's somebody out there waiting. It's like a phone, or what would you call it? Like a house line, a party line. I'm not old enough to know what those are really, but
Landline.
a landline. But the concept of picking up the phone and not knowing who's on the other side, and it's interesting. So I don't know. You can make your own conclusions about this video. Some people are going to say total frauds, liars. They're moving it. And this didn't prove anything. Other people are going to say we're idiots for doing the Ouija board so many times. But there are going to be some of you who I know are the ones that are still watching right now, who appreciate the hard work that went into this and can actually see that we might have done something big here in this video.
So
It's
very
Colin here,
interesting.
guys. Thank you so much for watching. It's October 30th right now, and we're posting this video. So to every single one of you
finally getting
guys,
through it
from
on
me
November
and
4th.
Connor to you, happy Halloween. Go out, have a safe, extremely fun, and spooky holiday. And don't forget about us. We'll be back next Monday with another terrifying episode of the Paranormal Files. But yeah,
Couple more
happy
days.
Halloween, everybody, and thanks for watching.
I already know I'm going to have another one tomorrow and probably another one Monday. So here we go.
Happy Halloween, my ghoulish friends.
Happy Halloween.
From Kid Spooky himself. I hope you have the most blessed of evil Samhains. Just kidding. Go out, get drunk, go get some candy. I don't really give a shit. But no matter what you do for Halloween, guys, have fun. You know how much we love you, and stay spooky.
Alright, Monday, the Blossom House Hotel. Stay tuned. We'll be covering that once it comes out as soon as possible, depending on what's all going on. As a matter of fact, actually, I'm going to double check my schedule here. I do believe I have it updated. I'll be back by 5 o'clock that night, so even if I don't get it before noon, we should be able to cover it that evening. So, with any hopeful intent on that one, we should be able to hopefully be able to cover that as soon as it comes out. So, with that being said, thank you all again very much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Link to the original full special down below. As well, check out the part 1 that we filmed yesterday. I feel like since there are longer videos, it might be better and easier for attention spans, including my own, because I have a bad repertoire of kind of slowly like energizing down in the longer videos. So having them a little bit shorter, I think, helps me get through it. It also doesn't hurt that I had tea with this one. I need another drink. But anyways, that's going to be it for today. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you all enjoy. Again, check out the links below for the video, for the other socials, any place that you may want to donate, but also for the lovely, lovely merch, as you see up on my skeletal torso right now. But that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you all again for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And I'll also be doing my own Spirit Talker app video sometime soon here. I have the video footage finally done. It's just a matter of actually getting it edited together. And you'll not be seeing me as Malice in there. You'll be seeing my fleshy form. The owner of this channel, Matthew, will be hosting. So, with that being said, I hope you all enjoy. I hope you have a good evening. And we will see you all again next time. Pleasant dreams.